If you want to know how to spot the signs of fake love, stick around. I'm going to share 5 major ways that you can tell, and you don't want to miss these. Hi, and welcome to my channel. I am Portia, the communicator, your certified mental health life coach for all things life and love. I want to give a special shout out to all of the new subscribers here who have joined the channel. Thank you so much. And if you haven't done so already and you're coming back to visit me, what are you doing? Subscribe. If anything that I say in this video resonates with you, give it a thumbs up, share the content if you know it can be helpful for someone else, and join the conversation in the comments. So to quickly dive in this video, we are going to be discussing how to spot the signs of fake love, because it's an epidemic out here, y'all. So let's talk about way number 1 that you can tell somebody isn't really loving you the way that they say they are. They say they love you, but their attitude and actions prove otherwise. They don't do the things that a loving partner would or should do. They don't offer help or solutions when there is an issue, or they don't give to you when it comes to little things. It could be a gift or taking you out different places. They don't have anything to really give. They're just basically lip service. And I'm going to give you a prime example. Back in the day, I had a coach who helped me determine basically the quality or the grade of the type of men that I was entertaining or dating at the time. And really what it came down to was observing how these men showed up when I wasn't feeling well. And so there was a time when I was sick. I was under the weather. I probably had a cold. I was not committed to anybody. I was exploring my options, as I often recommend women especially do. But I had at least 3 different people that I was in communication with. And so when I told them that I wasn't feeling well, there were 3 different responses that I got. And I want you to take this with you as a litmus test and see how it works for you. I told one person that I was not feeling well. His response was, "Oh, well, I hope you feel better." That's person number 1. Now, granted, I was not in a committed relationship with any of these people, but these are signs that will tell you how loving and available and willing to be there a person may be for you. So that was guy number 1. Guy number 2 was like, "Ooh, have you tried this particular tea or this particular herbal tincture? I've heard that helps." So he offers a suggestion, a recommendation, okay? So that's guy number 2. I'd give him probably a B or so. First guy, I'd give him maybe a C or a D. The last guy, and I can't even call him a guy, I'm gonna call him a man. The last man, he said, "I'm getting off a plane in a couple of hours. I'm gonna bring you some faux noodle soup and some Dayquil." I want you to tell me in the comments what that feels and sounds like to you. Okay? I said, oh, we're not just getting a hope you feel better or maybe try this. It's I'm offering you a solution and I'm going to be the one to bring it to you. Major difference. That is the difference between someone who says they're for you, someone who says they love you. They follow it up with action versus someone who just kind of tips out and they're not really there to be there with you. And not just your low moments, but also in your high moments. And we'll get to that next. The second sign of fake love is they will try to compete with you. And I have had this happen and it's absolutely crazy. But if you're in a relationship and they're supposed to show up and support whatever it is that you're doing, you will find that there's kind of like this slight underlying hating tone to the things that they say when it comes to what you're doing. So prime example, when I was a full-time musician at one point in my life, I was dating someone and I had more of an advanced career in that regard versus this person that I was seeing. He, to me, was a hobbyist. He played guitar on the weekends, and that was what he did. I was hired full time with the cruise line, and I was performing with a bunch of entertainers all the time, and I was traveling overseas, and I had a residency at home on land. And so he would try to tell me that the things that I was playing wasn't correct, or he would tell me, are you really going to do that? Are you really going to wear that? Or if it were me, I would do X, Y, and Z. Or he at the time was in the education sector. And so he was clocking into a 9 to 5, but was resentful or jealous over the fact that I was still asleep when he was on his way to work. And he was like, oh, so this is what you do when I'm out doing X, Y, and Z. And I'm thinking, well, what did you want me to do? Like, do your job with and for you? You wanted me to come out and grind the pavement with you? Like, just say that you wish that you were doing what I was doing. And why is that a bad thing? Anyway, I digress. Needless to say, that's why I'm not with that person. That's why I'm married to somebody else. Fake love is not just romantic. This also shows up in business and in friendships and in family. You may present something, now somebody else has to one-up you. So they've got to give a laundry list of all the grandiose things about themselves to kind of outshine who you are and what you bring to the table. And this can look like sabotage. Like I said, in the workplace, in a friend group, people will try to belittle you, but then they'll hide behind, oh, I'm just trying to help out. Or, oh, I'm just trying to look out for you. No, you're not. No, you're not. And the more easily that you're able to spot this, you can call it out for what it is. It's underlying hate. It's underlying competition. It's fake love and support, and you don't need it. Another way that you can spot fake love is they probably won't say they love you, but they'll replace it with loyalty. What does that mean? So they're with you out of obligation, for the sake of the kids, for the sake of the mortgage and paying bills. You know, the song is cheaper to keep her. Yeah. Some people will stay with you because it's more financially beneficial to do so. Some people are fixated on the look of a thing. So they want to look good in front of their family. They want to look good in front of their friends. But behind closed doors, they're not really fooling with you like that. They don't make themselves available. They're in another room on the opposite side of the house, you know, not really communing and relating with you. They'd rather be somewhere doing something else or with someone else. They may have someone else on the side, and that kind of keeps them together when it comes to them coming home to you. So they're able to deal more with the situation, but they're not really in love with you. They are in obligation to you. That sounds really harsh, and it can be a very hard pill to swallow. But if you find yourself in a situation like that, I think it's important to be honest about it so that you can make some different decisions that are going to be in your better interest when it comes to having the love and partnership that you desire and deserve. A fourth way that you can spot fake love is they don't love you, they love your benefits and the things that come with you, the things that you are able to do for them. Because the moment you don't or are unable to do those things, it's a problem for them. And that's where you can also discover codependency, like how much someone is really needing you to be around versus wanting you to be around. There is a difference, okay? When someone wants you to be around, they want your company. They enjoy who you are to them and vice versa. When someone needs you to be around, sometimes they can need you begrudgingly. Sometimes they can need you, and then when they don't need you, they're no longer around. You can also find this out by way of having a life of your own. You decide you want to go somewhere, and all of a sudden, this person is showing signs of throwing a temper tantrum, and it's like, wait a minute, what's happening? What is the problem with me going to hang out with my girlfriend or me going to see my family? And they may dress it up as, oh, I thought we were going to spend time together. And really it's, I don't want to be alone, or I need you to be here to help me with X, Y, and Z. It's not about, I want to see you happy and have fun. It's not even really about, I just want to spend time with you. It's, no, I need you to do this for me. Because when you get to the bottom line of it, it's like, no, what's really driving this? And a lot of times it's selfishness. You're unable to perform things in the bedroom, and all of a sudden it's World War III. Why is it such an issue? Because you're under the weather, or you just don't feel like it, or something else is going on. You're stressed out, preoccupied, trying to reach a deadline with work, and they don't seem to understand. Huge sign. They are not in love. They are in lust when it comes to you. So just be aware, when someone loves you, with love comes understanding. With love comes patience. And it's not pushy. It's not demanding. It's not forceful. And so when you find someone being like that, when you're not able to do something for them, there's the red flag right there to let you know this person doesn't really love you. They love what you can do for them. This last sign is kind of a cousin to the first sign, and it is simply that they're there when things are great, but they conveniently tip out when things are not. That can mean getting into some sort of altercation, argument, breakdown, and they don't know how to communicate, or they're choosing not to communicate. This can also mean there's some sort of distress happening, a loss of a job or some sort of illness, and they don't know how to deal with that. So they just rather leave you to your lonesome, and you're there to fend for things by yourself. Now, it could be an issue that's strictly yours, or it could be one that involves the both of you. But either way it goes, they are really not in it to win it with you. They will leave you out to hang and dry by yourself, or they will leave you to figure out the problems and resolve them because they're just not equipped, or they don't really have a desire to show up in that way when it comes to truly being a loving and effective partner. Like I said, sometimes they just don't know, or sometimes they just don't care. When I was dating said guy that I mentioned before, I had gotten really ill, like to the point of going to the hospital ill, and I was actually somewhat bedridden for some months. And this person could not stand to help me, it seemed, in any way when it came to fixing me something to eat or helping me to get out of bed. This person was just unavailable and or unwilling to help me in my greatest time of need. And so while he was there, in the same space that we were both cohabitating, he was not showing up in a way that was necessary. So I just want to, let you know, when it comes to someone saying that they want to be in a committed relationship with you, but they're not showing up as a committed partner, when things get a bit tough and they're not willing or able to pick up the slack in a relationship or to help when it comes to you, because that's what commitment is. That is a sure sign of fake love and or fake partnership and commitment. Now, as always, I never tell all the signs. I want to hear from you in the comments. Let me know. Did you know that these were signs of fake love? Have you experienced them, and how did it turn out for you? Also, are there any other ways that we can tell that someone may be walking in fake love when it comes to us? Let me know. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and share this content with someone else if you know they need to hear it. And if you are wanting to stop attracting fake love in your life, book a free consultation call with me so we can discuss how to jumpstart your relationship transformation today to take you out of those negative relationship sagas into the life of partnership and love that you deserve. The link for that is in my description box beneath this video. I want to take this time to thank you for watching and sticking around with me, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, take care, be blessed, and that's all I have for this video. Bye for now.